My name is Joanne Warren and I call myself a care navigator. My technical term is independent advocate as designated under the Care Act 2014, which is a bit of a mouthful. Just to give you a little bit of background about myself, I spent nearly 30 years in local government and I studied law as part of my degree and also enforced it during my time in government. So when it comes to acts, regulations, guidance and that sort of thing, I'm not frightened to dive in and start trying to find out what's going on. I therefore started studying to become an independent advocate about 8 years ago now, not necessarily intending it to be my job, but intending it to be something that I needed to know about for my own family. And now what I've learnt, I use to support other families. Very often it's adult children who come to me when their elderly loved ones are coming into contact with the adult health and social care in England and trying to understand how it works, how it's funded, how you can challenge decisions, how you can source good care, whether that's at home or in a residential setting. And that's the sort of thing that now I offer because about 8 years ago, my mum, my sister and I were that family. So shall we go on to the next slide now? So just quickly, here's my close family, if you like, my old elderly loved ones. The top left is my dad, the middle his mum, and to the right his dad, who died in the 1918 flu epidemic when my dad John, top left, my dad John was only 6 months old, and the bottom I've got my mum in the middle, my grandfather on the left who was in the Air Force in the First World War, and my grandmother on the right who was born in 1900. And why do I do what I do? Well, specifically it's I suppose because of these people, but particularly my mum in the bottom centre there. I try and remember when I'm supporting families or individuals that we've not become old suddenly. If we've become old, we've lived a life, we've had challenges, we've had happiness and that sort of thing. And but specifically, it was my mum 8 years ago when I had my own job, my sister did, and we came crashing into adult health and social care and were on the back foot, which I don't like. So that's when I did the training in the legislation.
Yeah, I love the way it started with your own family need and then you used that to help other families.
Yes, yes.
And I've found as an advisor that it's one of those things that maybe clients are reluctant to talk about, the need for care. We all are getting older. We might be lucky to die suddenly doing something we love or quietly in bed. But quite often with us living longer, there's a need for care at some point. Is it time to go to questions, Isabel?